Welcome everyone, this is On Just Restart, and this time we're going to be talking about Nintendo's big plan for Donkey Kong. That's right, I believe that Nintendo absolutely has something big in store for Donkey Kong, and we've already seen some signs of it already. But all of these different things, including the most recent rumor of a Donkey Kong movie coming out to follow up the Mario movie next year, I think are ancillary to the big core piece to it all here. And that's a big brand new Donkey Kong game. So that's what we're talking about today, Nintendo's big grand scheme for Donkey Kong. Now before we jump into things, let me first very quickly talk about my social media. You may see a few different things here on screen. You can check that all out. It is linked in the description below. And of course, if you like what you're seeing here, you can subscribe. To get things started, let's talk about the latest bit of news regarding Donkey Kong. So the site Giant Frickin' Robot is reporting that a new Donkey Kong movie starring Seth Rogen will be coming out after the Mario movie that's slated for next year. Now, if you haven't heard yet, a few of the key voice actors for the Mario movie have already been confirmed, including Mario as Chris Pratt, but more specifically and more importantly for this video, Seth Rogen for Donkey Kong. So it's looking like Seth Rogen's gonna have a role of just portraying Donkey Kong moving forward. There's an indication here that we could be looking at the NCU going forward. The NCU standing for Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I'm joking a little bit here, but if we're already talking about follow-up Nintendo movies, then maybe that's not that crazy of a speculation anymore. I mean, if Nintendo finds a way to come out with recurring Nintendo movies that are pretty good consistently every couple years or so, then that's obviously going to rake in a lot of money, but also increase the popularity of their franchises significantly, which will boost sales for their core software significantly. That's the big plan here. So just so you guys understand, this is a rumor, right? But the site that's reporting it is a site that has a long track history of getting scoops on movies before they've been announced. They have a whole list here of some of the latest ones. Star Trek, Dune 2, and the list just kind of goes on and on. So it's looking like that this site has a pretty good track record here. So that's exciting. That's indicative that this Donkey Kong movie is legitimate. And a lot of other sites are sharing this information because they also believe it to be true. So let's assume that the rumor is true. It may not be, but let's assume it is because I think there's a pretty decent chance here. It makes sense because we're already seeing other signs that have already been officially announced of a big plan for Donkey Kong here. Nintendo already officially announced that there's going to be a Donkey Kong expansion to Super Nintendo World, the Universal Park. They've already announced that officially. There were blueprints for it for a while. It was technically not officially confirmed, but not too long ago, they confirmed it. It's coming in 2024. That's already official information. And as mentioned earlier, Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong are going to be in the Mario movie. We already know about their voice actors. Nintendo officially announced that during the September Nintendo Direct just about a month or so ago. So there's already official things out there suggesting Nintendo has some big plans for Donkey Kong. But why Donkey Kong? Of all the things that they could be really pushing right now, why Donkey Kong? And that's interesting because, yeah, why not expand to a Legend of Zelda park or a Pokemon park or an Animal Crossing park or a Splatoon park? All of those other franchises are doing far better than Donkey Kong right now. Why first expand to Donkey Kong than those other franchises? Well, I think it all comes down to Nintendo having a specific plan to make Donkey Kong relevant again. Look at how Nintendo is pushing Metroid right now. Metroid Dread is looking to be a very successful game in terms of sales. Nintendo is marketing it like crazy. It's looking to be very promising, and this could sort of bleed into next year with potentially a Metroid Prime remake or a Prime trilogy, and then a Prime for the year after. The suggestion being that Nintendo is sort of positioning different Metroid games in succession year by year and marketing them because they're trying to revive the Metroid franchise. Now that we're so deep into the Switch's life cycle, Nintendo has already established most of their evergreen titles. They've already gotten out all the big things. Now it looks like what they're going to try and do is use that large install base and hopefully establish a new audience for the Metroid franchise, so moving forward, it can be something Nintendo can rely on, like Splatoon, like Zelda, like Pokemon. Maybe not to that same level, but you know, something where they can feel confident that they're going to sell a few million and certainly have some pretty good profit there. And the same could be applying to Donkey Kong here, except with Donkey Kong has a close relation to Mario. Technically, Mario's first game, at the time it was called Jumpman, was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's a popularized Nintendo in the West. If it wasn't for Donkey Kong, Nintendo wouldn't be what it is today. Nintendo became a big deal because of Donkey Kong, and it used to be one of its biggest franchises, one of its biggest series that they could rely on for some significant sales. It's not like that anymore. I'm not saying a Donkey Kong game wouldn't do well, but Nintendo's probably trying to make it a lot better, make it big again. So then you look at this Mario movie. The Mario movie is gonna do well because it's Mario. It's gonna do well. If Detective Pikachu did well, if the Sonic movie did well, the Mario movie is gonna do well. And it's looking like Nintendo's taking the right steps to make sure that it's a quality movie. So I'm not too concerned about the quality of the movie. It's gonna do well. But the fact that it's also gonna have Donkey Kong, who is being played by Seth Rogen, a pretty prominent actor, that's suggestive of some pretty big things that Nintendo has hopes for this. And now that we're hearing that they want to follow it up with a Donkey Kong movie, that kind of makes sense because this Mario movie is going to do really, really well, and more people are more likely to jump on and watch that Donkey Kong movie, for sure. But then also there's this Donkey Kong Park that's expanding off of the mostly Mario-dominated Universal Park right now. So they're really just using Donkey Kong to sort of expand upon the Mario universe, because Donkey Kong is a part of the Mario universe technically, so that's kind of a natural evolution for both the movie and the park. But with these significant projects, both the park expansion and the movie, there still needs to be something at the core here. If we go back to before the Switch, when Iwata, God rest his soul, talked about his plan with the NX and the future of Nintendo, it was discussed that there would be a family of systems that would support each other, but also that Nintendo would expand to mobile gaming and other forms of media. The implication was parks like the Nintendo Universal Park, and movies like the Mario movie, maybe this Donkey Kong movie, maybe something like Detective Pikachu. Things like that are going to increase more awareness for their games. Look at how successful Pokemon Go became. That success also created even more success for the mainline Pokemon games here. So the plan has been to use mobile games and movies and things like this to increase a greater awareness of Nintendo's IP. So now we look at what's going on here with the movies and the park. Nintendo's trying to increase the popularity and brand power of Donkey Kong. They're trying to bring it back. And this ties into a big rumor earlier in the year that we talked about. Actually, I myself heard some things that there is a Donkey Kong game in the works. And the idea behind it is that it's internal Nintendo working on this. They want to bring Donkey Kong back to the forefront here, make it something that's super successful. And considering the timing right now with how games sell so well on Switch and everything else Nintendo seems to be doing here, I think it's gonna work. So really what I'm getting at here is that this rumor of a Donkey Kong movie and the Donkey Kong Park are just signs of this Donkey Kong game. The Donkey Kong game hasn't been confirmed yet, but I believe it's at the core of it all here. They're gonna push Donkey Kong, and there's something exciting on the horizon. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's a 3D Donkey Kong game. I don't know if it's a 2D Donkey Kong game or somewhere in between, but I have to think it's somewhat of a big deal. Now, there's been this debate about whether it should be 2D or 3D. Look at Metroid Dread. That's technically a 2D game. But look how amazing it is. People are really enjoying the game, and it's something that appears to be ambitious, even though it's quote-unquote just a 2D game. I think even if Donkey Kong ends up being just a 2D game, it's still gonna be a really amazing game that a lot of people are going to enjoy, myself included. So we'll see on that, but I'll also tell you, you look at Kirby and the Forgotten Land, HAL is pushing Kirby into 3D. It's always been 2D. Perhaps there are some considerations that they want to try something like that for Donkey Kong as well. I don't know. But regardless of what it is, it appears a plan is to make Donkey Kong prominent again. Something that a lot of people are going to want to play. So I'm excited for what that is. We don't know about it yet, but I bet within the next couple of years we for sure will know. The Donkey Kong Park's coming in 2024, and this Donkey Kong movie is coming out after the Mario movie, which comes out in 2022. I would feel like that we have to at least have played this game by 2023. So maybe the game is announced next year, maybe it's announced in 2023 and it comes out in 2023, but I would say within the next couple of years, we're going to see this Donkey Kong project. I'm hoping sooner than later, but you know how these things go. Sometimes we hear about a rumor and we don't actually get confirmation of it a couple of years later. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, what do you think? Do you think this is all signs to a bigger Donkey Kong game that's going to be announced sometime soon? Or do you think something else? Let me know in the comments below. This is On Just Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.